Hey guys. Just finishing setting up everything. Had a little issue right here, but I think we're good to go. How's everybody doing tonight? Looking in. All right, we're on all platforms, people. I think we're good to go. It's our first test on all platforms.
Connected to KMURISCORNER PC.
Rona, Emma, hello.
Corey's Corner. Connected to Corey's Corner.
All right. Okay. All right, guys, you ready? I think I'm just about there. We had a little technical issue here. Look like we're back on track. All right. Welcome to Calories Corner. How you guys doing? Wendy Kent, hello. I'm streaming live on all platforms at this point. We are moving right along. God's child, Walter Griffin Goody, how you guys doing? Tonight, is today. Our conversation is about erectile dysfunction and how it affects men's mental health. Hey, Natasha Annie Williams, Michael Mack, I think I said that right. How you doing? Okay, so what I want to do, I want to go ahead and jump right in here and get it going, get the show moving, get you something out of this so that we can learn something today. All right? Oh my goodness. I forgot one thing, guys. Bear with me. Okay. Those were glasses that I forgot. All right, let's keep it moving. ED. Whew. A lot of men call me, like last week, we're hitting facts. We're hitting facts every freaking day. Controversial facts that people don't want to talk about, that men are coming to me talking about things they're having mental issues with. Big thing today, ED. Men last week were begging me to talk about ED, talk about some of the issues, what's going on with them. And these are things that I'm bringing out to the open because women want to know, and men want women to know, but they're too embarrassed to let them know, right? The pride is too strong, and we fear vulnerability. So, what I want to do, we're gonna go ahead and kick this thing in right now. So, Edie has an impact. I mean, a huge impact on men's mental health. The deal is that these pills or whatever they're using, gas station products, the testosterone commercials, all of these things, it's a mental thing, and it's pushing these guys to feel a certain way about the inadequacies, right? Now, I'm just gonna go through just through some facts, get some things going so people can get some help and get some knowledge base, right? Now, I don't know if everybody knows this, but around 30 million men in the United States, they face challenges of ED. Okay? And it doesn't just affect them physically, this is affecting them mentally. It's a very common concern now, right? And this is from the Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Disease. These are not my facts. Now, I'm going to actually tell you about people that I deal with so you can know the facts with them and see what real people look like. I'm just a real guy. No, no regular. I'm not a Superman. I'm just a regular guy. Now, let's think about this. The psychological factors alone are root causes for ED in 20% of cases. All right. Now think about what I just said. This is a mental game with your physical game, the wet noodle, right? Men all over wonder, what can I do? And then men stop trying to blame it on other things. A lot of times you're trying to blame it on other things, but when we finally get to some of the mental causes, the root causes, it's usually something in here. And the pills are just they're changing your chemical makeup to make something happen. That's false sometimes. So we want to we want to we want to say something about it. We want to learn something about it. Okay. Now, men with ED, they have a double risk of experiencing depression. So once again, 60-40, bad business. Anything with 46, it's just bad business. And when you think about like a double risk of experiencing depression, that's 50%. That's doubling. We don't want that. See, 61% of men with ED, they report drops of self-esteem, significant drops of self-esteem. All of this because of their noodle, wet noodle. Now, guys don't want to talk about this because it brings on a lot of anxiety, stress with their sexual health. Who wants to talk about their sexual health when it's not doing very well, right? Who wants to deal with getting ridiculed or embarrassed? Who wants that? Well, that's what men are facing right now. 40% of men identify stress as a direct trigger of ED. 40%, 60-40, 40% of men. So when they're telling you, children, kids, brothers, sisters, parents, when these men are coming home, they're so stressed out now from just social anxiety, social things, or how it's going. These men are breaking down. And along with breaking down, now they're breaking down physically. The one thing that every man has that he's always measuring, and measuring against other people. See, the fear of sexual inadequacy, it can worsen with ED for 64% of men. And it causes severe, vicious anxiety. Now that doesn't, let's put it in perspective. Let's say I have my lady and everything's been going well. Bedroom, up and down time, everything's fine. Beautiful. But what's missing here? Oh no. My noodle's not working. I have so much on my mind. My job, the pressures of family life, children, the pressures of just being a man and manning up, the pressures of providing and protecting. I'm dealing with all these pressures and feeling inadequate, have this anxiety. But I need to tell this person in front of me. How do I do it? I can't even tell this person how I feel without them telling me how they feel about how I feel. So how am I going to do it? Am I going to live in fear? Because work stress, it impacts sexual performance of men 30%. Can you imagine just giving your man a hug when he comes home? Hey man, just got off work. Especially if you want to do any up and down time, because once again, ED is being affected by men mentally way more than physically. All right? Now, they have plenty of medicines, plenty of things out here to take it. Viagra, Cialis, other things. They have all this gas station stuff, super honey, bee sting, booty juice, whatever they have on the market. But men aren't getting checked. Men aren't going to the doctor for these things, right? And these medications, it's like a double-edged sword. Like, yeah, you have a good time, but now you experience cardiac issues, right? The side effects. 25% of men experience side effects from ED drugs. 25, 1 in every 4 men. That's a lot. 8 billion people on the planet. 1 in 4. That means 2 billion, if they're men, have ED. Something to think about. I'm sorry, side effects from ED drugs. Only 50% of men continue using ED medications long term because of the side effects and the impact of relying on medication. Because now they got to think about it. Oh, I have an hour. I got to take this pill. I got to hope that everything's going. I got to hope that we're not arguing. All this anxiety just to get to that point, and you already have the pill. And these guys are going absolutely ape crazy over it. Now, we can talk. We can talk about it, right? But who are we talking to? Because this is affecting relationships. This is where it's involved. The relationship dynamics are being affected, right? So couples facing ED see a 35% increase in sexual stress. Relationship stress, 35% increase. So we have job stress, children stress, food stress, mortgage stress, complaining about leaving the toilet seat up stress. We're so stressed out at this point, and we're wondering why the noodle's not working. So we wonder why the noodle's not working, and we're not having communication in the house. Some men, the men that I deal with, that noodle won't work for certain people. And yes, they're out here, for lack of a better word, on the streets. But for certain people that they have stress with, they can't perform. The ones that they don't have stress with or pressure, they're performing. So now, with this lack of communication inside of the relationship, now you have the cheating. You have all this going on. More stress, more people, more breakups, all the mess over a wobbly noodle. Right? Now, communication. This is great. Because this is under the relationship area. Communication about ED and treatment options can improve your relationship satisfaction by up to 60%. So that's 60 over 40. That's money. That's good business. So that means what I'm trying to tell you is, if I go out and I'm having issues and I'm stressed and I'm able to talk to the person in my life, talk to that woman, talk to that person that's right there with me, and they're helping me through the problem, working me through the problem. Do you know, ladies, you will be helping that joker with his noodle? You're the best Viagra a man can get. Just by mentally keeping him stable. Now, is that your job? No. But if that's your man, that is part of your assistance package. And these men are out here. Matter of fact, what if it's your father? And ladies, let me go to the big thing. What if it's your son? Because a lot of you guys out here have older sons now. Oh, yeah. You guys out here, and let me let you know, these children are using ED drugs at 17, 16, 14. Just so they can go up and down, longer and faster. And what is that doing? Well, let me tell you, to some of my boys out here on the streets, they're taking these drugs younger, and now they're 45, and things aren't working right. Remember what I talked about the side effects? I see side effects. It's crazy. 50%. Think about it. These are your sons. So where's your grandchild going to be? Because you didn't help your son or your father mentally. And now they don't know how to help their sons mentally. And we just have wet noodles and a whole bunch of dudes playing video games. Play Keisha and ex Bazette. Wrong woman. They definitely can't reproduce. So let's see. Let's keep going. Despite the benefits, around 20% of partners report feeling disconnected from the decision-making process regarding ED medication, suggesting that it needs to be more inclusive conversations in the home or with that person you're with, right? And we talked about it up top. Now, you get an improvement in relationships. Let me see. 60% improvement in relationships when you're communicating about this problem. I know men that have had to swallow that pride and tell that woman about the problem. Like, well, now, let's be real, fellas, because I'm not going to bull skate. I'm not going to lie to these women out here. You're telling them because you can't help but tell them. If a stick looks like a water hose, it's going to be different. Now you're telling them because, well, I have no choice. I have to. But let me tell you what they're doing out here, ladies. They're not telling you that they are using them. The same men that go out and get these medications will not tell a woman that they're using them. So a lot of women are out here getting this Superman in the bedroom only at, what, $20 or $30 per pill. Right? And now you're coming into a relationship, coming into an intimacy without trust, without hope, fear. You're telling a story that's false. You are fraudulent as a man. Yes, I'm busting you guys out. But it's us. That's what we do, right? Now, how does this contribute to us with our lifestyle? So when you engage in regular physical activity, that means working out, fellas, going to the gym, taking a walk. You don't have to go to the gym. People say that all the time. It's plenty of road out there, plenty of street, plenty of things that you can do outside. You may have to put on a jacket and some shoes. You may not. But you will have to get up. You will have to remove booty from seat syndrome. It's the only way to start moving. Now, when we look at this, physical activity reduces the risk. I'm not talking about reduces ED. The risk. You don't even have to see ED. 40% if you work out, start taking care of your body. Because if you take care of your body, you take care of your mind, you take care of your mind, you take care of your situation, you take care of your situation, now you become something else. You become new. You create a whole new world around you. You are the expectation. Right? Now let's look, keep going. Like, here we go. Here's another one. Counseling, both individually and with a partner, can enhance the effectiveness of ED medications and lead to overall better outcome. Why? Because you're talking about it. And that man's able to be vulnerable. Because if a man is coming to you with the most vulnerable part of his body, his nakedness, his noodle is his nakedness. It's the most vulnerable part about us. It's the most measurable thing that we've been doing for thousands of years. But if he's able to talk to somebody, especially the one that he's promised this noodle to, he's promised to give that time. He's promised to give his life. Because just because I promised to give you my life, the noodle might fall down, but the man is still here. And just like I'm saying, this counseling or effective communication, it helps with the drug. Matter of fact, you will know when to use it. Like, hey, we're getting ready to do something frisky. Maybe, hey, I can use the pill. And women, please, please don't do this. Please don't send deep shots out to these men. They lose it. When you send these deep shots out to these guys, they, like, well, um, I guess the cable's off, just like you were last night. We don't get that. That bitty pettiness, those jokes, they hurt, and it's bullying. You're bullying a man that is already having issues mentally because of the dysfunction, right? How cruel is that? That ain't cool. Now, let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it pushing. Smoking and heavy alcohol use, that is another thing. Okay? Now, smoking and alcohol use are linked to an increased risk. That means it hasn't happened yet, of ED, with smokers, heavy drinkers facing a 51% and 60% higher risk. 50%, 60%, that's too much. That's not good business. And that's just the risk. So you can actually look at yourself, look at the people in your life, like, hey, why don't you cut down that drinking? Or why don't you teach your sons earlier? Hey, let me teach you about drinking. Let me teach you about how this movement goes. Let me teach you about smoking if you want to keep your noodle. So men, I'm going back to the same result. Take care of your body, take care of your mind, work out, get your mental right, and your sexual performance will be on par. If I'm overweight, I can't do all of the strong up and down time that I used to. Like, I can't breathe like that. But if I'm in shape, now I can give better. I can give a better performance. I feel better about myself because that's what men do. This is our ultimate performance for you. Sex. Then give me one. I dare you to give another ultimate performance that outbeats sex to a man. Okay, we've waited long enough. I didn't think so. All right, here's another one. Weight loss and dietary improvements can lead to significant improvements in ED for about 30% of all affected men. Keeps going back to the same thing. And what does working out do? Relieves that tension and stress that you set out during the day. So men, I'm gonna talk to you now. You get up, you go out. You're stressed at work. You're stressed before you leave, children, wife. Your home, your leadership. Things start getting affected in your mind. Your business not working right, job not working right, not making the money you wanted to make. Can't buy Christmas presents, school clothes, gifts, Valentine's Day, birthdays. Can't give like we wanted to. Can't eat like we wanted to. Can't go out. Toilet paper's expensive. And what do? We have all that in our mind. So our mind can't focus on the one that we want because of the pressure. And ladies, I hope you're listening to the pressure. There's a lot of men out here that are broke right now. They're pushing. They're living in 1-bedroom apartments with lawn chairs for furniture. Stolen toilet paper. And a beach towel to wash their butt with no soap. I've been there. You think a man really looks forward to having sex at that point? He's looking forward to eating and surviving. So a lot of times these men are having these dysfunctions, this ED, because they're thinking about surviving and they're thinking about so many expectations that are unrealistic that they can't meet. And even the realistic ones, they want to meet them so bad for their family that it messes with their head. They want to be the man, They want to be able to pay the mortgages. They want to be able to provide. And they can't. We're in a new society now. We're in a new generation. Things are different. There's so many things that contribute to a man's demise. And out here right now, men are taking their lives 4 times more than women. Look at the math. And do you know this is one of the reasons? ED. Because they're stressed out and can't talk. So let's talk about men going out and getting help for it, right? Despite how big, and I don't think we talk about it enough. Viagra's been out for a very, very long time. Years, decades. So despite how big this is, do you know only 22% of men seek help within the first year of their symptoms? They don't even go in, they start pulling back. Matter of fact, what's happening with the guys I've worked with, 3 in particular, they pull back. They don't tell anybody, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to go to a doctor because they feel like they're less of a man. Because that thing is supposed to work. And if that thing's not working, then you're not a man anymore. That's a heavy weight to burden, heavy burden to carry. Not being a man just because your noodle doesn't work. Still expected to protect and provide, right? Yeah. Now, counseling, both individually and with your partner, when you have ED, can enhance that effectiveness of the medication, right? Sometimes men have reported a significant percentage of improvement to them not using the pill anymore because they're actually communicating with their partner about their dysfunction, their issues, their stress. They are actually becoming and being able to be vulnerable. Now, this is a calorie factor or opinion because men complain about being vulnerable so much, and now we have Viagra getting our peepees to work. Do you guys not see the correlation? If you're vulnerable with the woman, and we're able to be with the person that we're with, it decreases these issues by 51 to 60%. So if we actually got along as a team in a relationship, as a team in humanity, if I looked at the man in front of me like, I don't want to piss him off because he might go home and not be able to use his noodle. Maybe if we cared just a little bit about the other man, the brotherly love that we talk about, maybe things would change. Now, I will say this, guys, if you don't want to go out and get help and you have insurance, they have telehealth, telemedicine, or telemed, whatever your particular provider's insurance may do, you can log in there. And that actually has increased access for people to get treated or treatment from ED, that men have been up to 25% more. So that's great. So if you're embarrassed, man, there's another way. You don't have to go to the doctor's office, right? Now, where can you get help? Because this is the key. Guys have been waiting for this. They've been waiting for the end of the show to get this, right? You have what they call a PCP. That's a primary care provider. That's your actual doctor. You can go to your doctor and get a checkup. Because when you get a checkup, they can look for they can actually look at your lab work and see how low your testosterone is, or different things to see if this is an issue or how can we help you out of it. And don't just go to the clinic just to get the pill. Go to get cured. Because remember, this is a lot of the cause. You can go to your urologist. When you hear urologist, that's like urine. Those are the guys that specialize in your urinary tract, your PP tract, your prostate, that male health. You can go to those guys, and they actually have different kind of options. They have different treatments that can help you. The psychologist, psychiatrist, your therapy, your life coach, people like me. Sign up. Go to www.cowardscorner.com. Let's work out some of your problems. Let's fix these things. All right. Um, and men health clinics. They do have men health clinics or men health things, and you can settle in right there. Do not be afraid. Don't wait for a year, like I told you up top. Don't wait for a year to find out, and you could have been doing something about it. You could have been advancing yourself, right? So I'm gonna end this. I'm wrapping it up, guys, because I want you to get better. Ladies, if you're a man, your brother, your dad, your father, your uncle, any of those XY chromosomes in your family, if any of those guys are having erectile dysfunction problems, now we're gonna give you a little bit more to help you with, right? Just a little bit more. So what can help me? Men, listen up. I can't. This is probably my 80,000th time saying this during this call, during this meet. What's up? What's up, Tamika? Boo, boo, boo. This is my 80,000th time. Get a healthier lifestyle. Many men that are overweight are getting Viagra. They won't give themselves a chance to lose weight and produce the natural testosterone in your body that can heal you, that pushes you forward. We won't do that. We just love the McDonald's way, the Burger King method. Have it your way. I want my noodles straight now. But I'm not going to look at the future me and say, you know what, future me, what do I need to do to keep this thing straight? Well, you need to work us out. Look at us, man. Look at my body. Look what you did to me. You didn't even go for a walk. You sat up there and watched TV for hours. You were on TikTok and didn't even look at anything educational. You didn't try to help us whatsoever. You didn't go to the doctor. You didn't go to a therapist. You didn't go to anybody. You could have went to a urologist. Dude, you could have went online and just hit it. But now I'm not doing anything up here 10 years from now. I'm fully broken. And I'm so mentally chaotic because I'm stressed out, because I can't be vulnerable. I've been lying to myself, and now I walk around as an imposter of self. I don't even know who I am anymore. All because of a noodle? Yes. Yes, ladies. Yes, people. It is that freaking powerful, that wet noodle. It will mess a man's head up. I just told you. I gave you numbers, facts. This is real. Danata, A. Maureen, good morning, afternoon. All right. The other thing that we can do to help with ED, the stress management, man, is it's certain things that a woman doesn't like in general, right? They don't like a man to lose control. Trust me, I've done it many times. The anger, the cruelty, the bitterness, the pettiness. Fight yourself to never lose control. Push yourself to limits. Push past to never lose control. Own this, and you will own that thing down there. It's all mental. You can do yoga. You can do any form of exercise, walking, therapy, anything that is movement and you're building that natural testosterone. It is beneficial. If you do low weights, high reps until burn, you will be producing natural testosterone. It's just how it works. The other thing, there are a lot of men out here on different kind of medications. You're taking whatever, diabetic medications, high blood pressure. You have so many different medications, liver medications, and you need to check to see how that correlates with whatever ED medicine you're taking. That's why you have to be careful when you're on these things and taking these things out of the gas station, these packed full of caffeine and whatever else it is. Find out what's wrong with your body before you hurt it more, right? And then go talk to somebody. Therapy doesn't need to be always have to be at a therapist. It doesn't have to be in a building. It can be with your friend, your boy, but a real one. Someone that will tell you the truth. Someone that when you tell them like, hey, I can't pay the mortgage this month, but that same friend is like, I got you. But what the hell are you doing with your money? The one that comes to you with that real stuff. The one that you can depend on, the one that you can lay that vulnerability down, because some guys, you cannot lay it down with your lady. You cannot, and I understand. So find someone, because we can't risk losing more men. Ladies, if you have sons, you better think about it. These are little men growing up to be big men with stress, medication issues, substance abuse, all the things that give you ED. And like I said, some of them are already taking the drugs. So the side effects are yet to show themselves, but they will come. Show your sons and how to communicate and how to not be stressed and to control their emotional environment, to be self-aware. Like, man, maybe I'm not in the right area, I'm not in the right headspace. I need to get right. I need to pull back. So I can go forward. But be a tool, be an arm. The last thing I will say when it comes to these things with ED, sometimes it's just how your body and chemically made up that you can't work out. It's nothing helping. And so you do use the medications like Viagra, Cialis. Those things are great. Testosterone therapy. They have penile implants, erection devices. They have so many different things. But your physician, somebody that's actually, licensed, can tell you a better suitable option for what you're looking for, so you don't go out and hurt yourself and your children and family lose you just because you wanted to have a good 20 minutes or 30 minutes of up and down time. Okay? It's not worth it. So please, guys, consult your healthcare providers and let's go from there to get better. Ladies, help your man, please. Help your fathers, your uncles, your sons. Because remember, your sons are grown men. They just haven't reached it yet. They're there. But help them manage their stress. Show them how to be a leader of self-discipline, self-control, and an owner of self-awareness. If you let that kind of boy leave the house, you won't have any problems. You might get a few calls, heartbreak, things like that, but you won't get the regular calls. And they'll also be able to have an intelligence about their emotions to where they can tell you about it. They can explain it better, but you must have a listening ear. If you don't, that man's vulnerability will be violated. And like I said, he becomes another statistic like up above. It's sad. So, guys, I want to thank you for coming out. Remember, first week of June, we're doing the men's conference with Cowries Corner. Gonna love it. It's gonna be men. You can go ahead and sign up. Women, you can sign up too if you have a male child. You have a male child, you can sign up, because we got to push this, and so you guys can see too. However, it's going to be heavily involved. It's probably going to be a lot of tears, but it's going to be a lot of healing and moving forward. Up until then, I'm just gonna drop facts, the ugliest topics that guys are coming to me. We may have a few guests. Question and answers on Friday. I think I'm going to open the box or open up to question and answer, so I can get some guys off in here, women with male children as well. But we want to start helping everybody out here. Now, if you have a father, uncle, brother, Any male in your life, you can also show up to learn something as well. Right? So I want to say much life, much love, and I will see you around the way. Thank you guys for listening out. We'll see you in the morning, 7 a.m. Night night.